Ladies, today I am sharing 5 ways to be an intentional female entrepreneur so you can show up in your business ready to make things happen and simply get things done. Number 3, be intentional about your value. We have to be intentional about how we serve others and how we give value. Let me tell you one really important thing that when I talk to female entrepreneurs, when they decide to work with me, or we have VIP sessions, I'll talk about that later, or clarity sessions, one thing I try to stress is you have to be super intentional about who you work with. Be intentional about who you work with. And that goes for your team, who you hire. That goes for your customers, who you decide to serve. And it goes for who you decide to partner and collaborate with for marketing purposes. Okay. Me personally, I refuse to work with a person, an organization, a company, a business that I don't believe in. I'm just not going to do it. Right. Or I don't get along with. That's one of my boundaries. I refuse to work with people, businesses, companies that I don't get along with or I don't believe in. Okay. For me, it's just not worth it in the long run. It doesn't benefit anyone in the situation. So don't just take a customer or a client just to get that dollar, because at the end of the day, it's not going to serve you. It's not going to serve them. It's not going to bring you value. It's not going to allow you to show up. And when you do a consultation or someone calls you, you have that gut feeling, that this client is not for me, or, oh, I can't stand that client, or I just don't want to work with that client, or it's something about them. That. Don't run after the money. Don't compromise who you are. Don't compromise your value for the dollar. Don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. If you've been in business for a little bit, you know what type of customers I'm talking about. So don't do it. Okay. So when it comes to your value, some people may not like your style. Some people may not like my style. They may not like the way I do things. I'm just not their cup of tea. And that's fine. Same for you. That's fine. Don't fight an upstream battle with people who question your value. Don't fight an upstream battle for people who don't see the value in you. Don't do it. Okay. And it's also super critical for you to be really clear about, again, who you work with and who you're not going to work with. That's called boundaries. Number 4, be intentional about your brand. Be intentional about your brand. Promote what you stand for, respecting those values that we talked about, right? Ladies, your brand is so much more than your logo. Your brand is not your logo, okay? Your brand is who you are, how you say things, how you show up, how you do things, how you attract people. It is the context in which you communicate both online and offline. That's what your brand is, right? Remember, excellence is in the details, and excellence is a minimum. That's what your brand should tell people. When you are true to yourself, and your brand, and you stop worrying about what you are not versus what you are and who you are, that's when you show up. That's when your brand shows up. That's when your value shows up. Who cares what people say? Who cares what they think? This is your business. This is your queendom. Do it the way you want to. That's what we do here at Boss Building Your Way. It's doing things your way, right? Number 5, be intentional with your time. We spoke about this at length in a past live. We talked about focusing your attention, being intentional with your time, your energy, because ladies, it's so easy to let your inbox, your missed calls, those text messages, all those distractions like social media and text messages, right? Dictate your to-do list, distract you from what you need to do. So it's super critical and it's important for you to guard your time like you will guard your bank account. Guard your time like you would guard, or that you actually do, or how you actually guard your bank account. Manage your attention and strive to focus that attention and time and energy on what matters. Here's some bonus tips. Be intentional about giving yourself grace and be intentional about giving yourself the permission to rest. And final, be intentional consistently. I want to read the definition of something, of intentional and consistent. Bear with me. The definition of intentional is to do something on purpose, or to have something done on purpose, to be deliberate, to premeditate, to be calculated, to estimate, to think about in advance, to be done by design, to plan, to do voluntarily, and to be willful. That's the definition of intentional. Think about that. I love words and definitions, by the way. The definition of consistent is to be steady, to be even, to be free from variation, holding firm, to be uniform, acting or doing in the same way over and over and over again. So we have to be steady and firm about being purposeful and deliberate about how we run our businesses, how we show up in our businesses, and how we serve others. Is this making sense? Ladies, we are all far from perfection. So there will be days, maybe weeks, where we will fall short. You will fall short. You're not going to feel like it, right? Or maybe you will be physically unable to do it because life happens. Whether you prepare for it or not, things happen. But that doesn't mean that you can't be intentional or consistent in your business. As a lady boss, building and growing a business, your queendom, you have to have processes in place, a framework in place, systems in place that will allow you to be intentionally consistent in showing up, even if you are not physically there. So my challenge to you is to do something different. That's simple. Do something different. We talked about various ways of being intentional in your business. Take one thing, take two things, plan it, be deliberate, be on purpose, take action, and do something different in your business. Okay? Do something different. Fix something that's not working in your business. Address some hard truths when it comes to your personal leadership, how you show up for yourself and how you show up for your business. Address those, face those, be honest, to include your mindset, leadership and mindset. What are you not doing? Why? Fix it. No excuses, no reasons. Just fix it. Okay? And look at your business foundation, your framework, and operations. Now, you guys know that I am all about helping you problem solve your way to a solution. So if you need help in any of these things that we are talking about or that we have spoken about today, whether it's your business processes, whether it's your operational framework, whether you need to outsource, and many of you know you need to outsource, right? Maybe you're trying to figure out how to take that idea out of your head, put it on paper, and build the business. Whatever it is, it only takes 15 minutes. Talk to me. It takes 15 minutes. That's it. Remember what I said earlier. I know you don't want to do everything in your business. No one has the time to do everything in your business, but we know there are so much things to do, right? You just need to focus on being super awesome, great at a few important things, those main things in your business. List what those main things are. Remember the quote from Stephen Covey. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. So you have to identify and be clear about what those main things are.